The next step is kind of stressful because I have to take this piece here and manage to bend it all the way around the edges here. Now to accomplish this, I've got two main ways that I have found online, mainly from the DIY Teardrop Campers community Facebook page that I've been telling you guys about just about in every video here. One of the options that I have is to take this and slowly bend it around while hammering it with a large head hammer. The other option is to take a permanent marker and mark out the areas with scribbly lines all the way along where I need the curve to be, and then heat it up till those squiggly lines disappear, and then I should supposedly be able to bend it easily around the curve. Now I do technically have one extra of these end pieces. However, I was really hoping to be able to cut one of the little legs off of here to use as a divider piece on the front for that rock guard. So I'm really hoping I'm not going to mess up one of these. But at the same time, I'm also thinking that I'm going to do a combination of those two methods and just have a hammer nearby in case if I do need to do a little bit of flattening on the aluminum leg. Now luckily I don't have to warm up the entire thing because one side with the screw holes should want to bend fairly easily on its own. So that means that I only have to warm up this side here that is going to be on the sidewall. So I guess let's see how this goes. So I started to just manually bend it before I turned on the camera because I forgot, and it definitely made a crease there. So that means I definitely need to heat this up before I'll be able to bend it. And this is the biggest faced hammer that I could find. However, I did tap this and it scratched a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this hammer and this glove, I'm gonna put the hammer inside of the glove, and that way hopefully the rubber on the glove won't scratch the edging. Now I doubt that you can see it, but I have also put the little squigglies just about to the top with the permanent marker. I've also installed one screw down at the bottom to hold it in place. And of course it's starting to rain again. I don't know if it's just not warm enough out here so it's cooling down too fast, but that permanent marker is not coming off. I think that on the other side, I'm gonna forego the whole warming it up process because it seemed like because I couldn't get it warm enough, probably because it's a cooler day out here today, that when I bent it down here, the creases where that leg wants to bend at ends up being much bigger, much quicker. So like up here you guys saw that I was just bending it just a little bit and then tapping that area flat and moving up a little bit with my hand, doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I think that that's really the way to go because it looks much better on the upper portion than this lower portion does with a few decently sized waves in it. But I think it'll work, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that other side. So that went fairly smooth. It's not as flat as I would like it to be, but for having the larger lag on the wall sides, that's pretty much what's gonna happen, I think. Now this is 3/4 inch lag, meaning the portion that comes over the walls are 3/4. Now you can get a 5/8, which obviously takes about 2/16 off of this side lag, which obviously less material, easier to bend. Now I was thinking that I could run it through my saw and just take off that 2/16, but I was reassured once again by that Facebook page that a hammer and a little heat would do just fine. And it's not perfect, but it's perfect enough for me. So now that these are on, I can figure out how long the top corner piece needs to be, and I can get that trimmed. So I got these end pieces here cut to about length. They're about an inch off, but they are close enough that I can take a hacksaw or something to the ends just to flush them up once the back pylon is on, which will be probably the last portion of installing any of this. When I talked to my friends about helping me with the pylon, they said that I need to have everything so it's 1, 2, 3 steps and not 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5 steps, meaning they don't want to deal with any of the little details. And one of the details for the edging is to go ahead and put butyl tape on the inside of the trim. Now, butyl tape comes in a roll like this. You can get them several different widths, and basically it's kind of like that tack that you put on posters, but this stuff is for waterproofing. So this goes on the inside by the screws, and then when you screw it down, it will work its way around the edges and the corners to help seal in that pylon and make it water resistant, or hopefully waterproof. So now I got to take all of the top edge trimmings and go ahead and apply this. My understanding of this is that the paper actually gets folded over onto this little lag piece here, and the tape butts right up against that corner there. So something like that, I guess. All right, so now that I've got butyl tape on all 4 pieces for the top of the trailer, I don't need to worry about the bottom ones yet, because I'll be doing those myself and I don't need their help, because once the pylon is in place and it's screwed and held in place around the doors with clamps, I should be able to take care of the rest of it by myself or with Pop's help. Something that I learned with this butyl tape is that if it comes off the paper and it stretches, it becomes a pain to work with. So you're much better at that point just to take a scissor, cut it off, and overlap it a little bit and continue on. Because if you try to fight this stuff and it comes off the paper, it just stretches. Like, that's what it's made to do. So it does it very well. And also, if you happen to have any rollover on itself, you're not gonna be able to get that apart and off of it. So just go ahead and cut that piece off. Or if it's at the ends like mine were, you just simply stretch it out a little bit, fold it back over on top of itself, and put the paper back over it if you're not going to be applying it immediately. And with those things accomplished, guys, I'm hoping that the next video will be installing the pylon. Now, I can't stress this enough, guys. If you are planning on building a small camping trailer for yourself, no matter if it's a square box, a true teardrop, a square back like mine, or anywhere in between, make sure that you follow the DIY Teardrop Camper community on Facebook, because honestly, guys, I could not have gotten this far without a lot of their very professional knowledge and expertise of building their own trailers and even writing a couple of books. So make sure that you follow them, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and thank you for 100 subscribers as of today. I hope to see you guys in the next video where I'll be putting on the pylon. Until next time, as always, you have a good one.